Hey, it's Willie here again, and I'm going to start another segment. I know I have lots of segments, but this one is going to be tools of the trade. And one of the first tools I want to show you is this tool by Ideal. This thing has been in my toolkit for, well, since 1990, probably 1999. Is when I was first introduced to this. This particular piece has probably been with me since 2000, 2001. The first one I had came up missing, but when you work with a bunch of guys, sometimes that happens. I had to write down all the names that I've seen for this thing. I've seen it called the horizontal buffer tube stripper. I've seen it called the beam tube cutter. But Ideal officially calls it, this particular model, it's the Ideal Black Adjustable Blade Ringer, and that is trademarked. It is catalog number 45165. They do make this in gray, black, and blue. They all cut different diameters of cable. And this one is the best one that I have had for Cat 5, Cat 3. It's got adjustable depths. You can see you can adjust the depth on the blade. And right now I have this set to perfectly strip Cat 5. You can get this guy on Amazon for about $15 with free shipping. I'll put a link to that in the description. This one will do Ethernet or coax. And before we get too much further in, as of the filming of this video, I have 130 subscribers, and I have to tell you that thank you to each and every one of you who has subscribed. Thank you, because I didn't think that I'd get one subscriber. So sitting at 130, that's awesome. We're going to keep cranking these videos out. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a demo of how this guy works. You can see there's the Ideal logo. There's the catalog number, the patent number. And I'll tell you, I actually had to go out to Ideal's site and look it up by the catalog number to find the real name, because all the names I was finding on the internet, I mean, it was crazy. So the first thing we're going to do is I had to have, no matter where you're at in your career, if you're doing networking, likely at one point or another, you're going to have to run cable or configure cable, punch it down, put an RJ45 on the end, whatever. Not all of us will ever get to polish and terminate fiber. That is something that I'm getting into, but right now the majority of us have all dealt with the almighty Cat 5. So we'll pretend that this is, and by the way, you probably could put this on your body parts, but it would probably hurt. If you're into that, that's cool. That's up to you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to tell you how to live. But me, I'm just going to use this guy on cable. There we go. So you just twist it until it cuts through the sheath, and then you can just see, it took all that cable with me, but then you can just pop this guy off. You've got a nice clean cut, and you can go about your business. This does, when this is calibrated correctly, it will save you a lot of time. If you look at this cable's not bad. I don't know how close we can get there, but you can see that this is a solid orange, and that this is what they call the light orange, or the orange and white. So you can definitely see that that's white with an orange stripe. That's not too bad. You can also tell from the way the cable flexes that this is not solid on the inside, that this is a stranded cable. And if you're going to make patch cables, you're going to put RJ45s on the ends of these, you should use a stranded cable. Your runs back, like your inner building runs, you can use solid cable for that. But definitely if you're making patch cables, and the reason for that is on an RJ45 there's a spade in the end that gets crimped into the cable, and if you're trying to push a spade through a solid piece of cable, you're going to cause an issue. but with stranded, the spade will slide right in between the strands and should give you a nice connection. So I hope you enjoyed. But another thing that's really nice that I should tell you about using one of these tools, when you've got the blade depth set correctly, you're not going to nick your conductors, and that's very important for the quality of the cable. A lot of times, if you dig into this with a scissor, or you dig into this with some sort of a plier or something, then you can the blade depth should be set so that we just twist this a couple times and the sheath comes off. So we'll just twist it around. You feel it go through. Look at that, nice clean cut. No damaged conductors. That's what you want. And that's beautiful. If you can do that with a pair of linesman scissors and not damage the conductors, more power to you. But and this cable is a lot better than the other cable that I was using. You can see we can just take this guy, stick it on here, and you can actually hear when it cuts through the sheath. That gives you a good indication of when to stop twisting. If I go any further, I would damage the conductors, but when I hear that little snapping noise, I know that I'm actually through the sheath and that I should be concentrating on getting the sheath off there and doing whatever that I need, whatever it is I need to do with the cable. And you can see, well, this is really nice cable. These conductors are really clear. You can see the green and the white green, or the light green, whatever you want to call it. Man, those things are beautiful. You could terminate one of these quickly. It's nice and stranded, but the sheath is just, it's different than that other cable. It's not as pliable. So, and most of this is made out of PVC, but I don't know why the difference in the jacket on that other cable, but man, look how pretty that cable is. You can damage these conductors, and then you can have erratic performance or poor performance out of the cabling. So please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe.